We busy trying to make this money because the economy is dying. We're in danger. Hi, it's Danny. Welcome to my dark desk. Take a sippy sippy, puffy puffy. I am gonna hit this water because it is like 7 in the morning. We're here to talk about 90 Day Fiance season 12. The season already started like 4 or 5 weeks ago, and I have been watching, but I haven't been taking notes because I was trying to decide if I was gonna join in. I have been watching 90 Day Fiance forever. If you watch my planner content, I have been talking about trash TV forever. I love trash TV. I'm talking Flavor of Love. I'm talking Real World, New York with Heather and all of them. I have been a reality TV show junkie forever. So I want to talk about this season of 90 Day because it feels like old school classic 90 Day Fiance, like Paul and Russ 90 Day Fiance. So because I missed like 4 episodes already, I'm just going to talk about the couples. Technically, I only took notes episode 1 through 3. I'm going to talk couple to couple and divide the videos between like couples so that it's short and brief because I ain't trying to take up all your time. We busy. The first couple I want to talk about is Catie, 26, from Portland, Oregon, and Josh from England. I forgot to write the city. And duly note, on the 90 Day Fiance TLC website, they neglect to add the cities that the non-Americans come from. I'm gonna try to not say foreigner because to me foreigner is like a tricky word in this America. Catie's 26, Josh is 20. So Catie lived the life that I wanted to live. So she was a nomad. She just signed up to be a pet sitter and just live in people's houses. For room and board, she took care of people's animals across the world. And she's been living like that for like about 3 years. And one time she was in England, she was swiping away on a dating app. Oh, this is how she met her fiance. She was swiping away, she was in England, swiping away on a dating app. She meets this guy, Dave. Dave takes her to the pub, meets all his friends. Dave gets kicked out because he was drunkety, like a skunkety. Catie doesn't leave with her date. She stays, hangs out with his friends, starts making out with all his friends. And she tries to make out with her future fiance, Josh. Josh is like, no. And then apparently she got him to walk her home. They made out. She took off running, somehow got his number, or maybe they exchanged numbers before. That wasn't specified. She invites him to Milan because she's going to Milan to pet sit yonder, and they go on a trip and they bang a lot, and that's how they fell in love. And a couple of years later, he proposed to her, and now they're together. She talks about how she has OCD. I think she is unmedicated. I think she's unmedicated because she can't control her impulses, and part of her impulse is making out with people when she's drunk. Now, the reason why this couple intrigues me and I want to talk about them first and foremost is because I feel like we're playing out someone's kink. I'm just gonna be real with you. This feels kinky. A lot of the couples are playing out their kink fantasies in our face, trying to pretend like we don't see what's happening, because ultimately, and I feel like YouTube's gonna like censor this, so I'm gonna bleep it out, but in every hotel, doesn't matter how cheap it is, there's always that chair in the corner that's not attached to the desk, that's not a couch, that's not a sofa, but there's a chair in the corner of the room in every hotel room. That's what we fondly refer to as the cuck chair. And I feel like that's where Josh is sitting. Josh knows full well his fiance, Catie, is completely unmedicated, impulsive, a party girl, and likes to drink, and does this when she drinks, likes to make out with randos, her friends, anybody when she drinks. I mean, that's how he met her, and he still proposes to the heifer. While they've been together, Catie has admitted to making out with randos, making out with her friends, and it's because she's drunk and because she has OCD. Heifer has every excuse in the book besides like, I don't know, stop drinking. I don't know, maybe stay loyal to you. Like, I don't know, be an impulsive shopper or something. Go into debt. Why are you like, if you're so in love with somebody that you say yes to them marrying you, and I feel like people should love themselves enough to say no to proposals in marriage, but you know, that's my trauma shining through. Why can't you just stop drinking if you know that you have the impulse to make out more if you stop drinking? But then it gets more complicated because by episode 2 or 3, it is exposed that her wanting to make out with people is attached to her insecurity, and she covers that up with her OCD and then her drinking, but ultimately she doesn't feel like sexual chemistry. It sounds like our boy Josh is kind of like, or you know what, I shouldn't say he's bad in bed. That's not my business. That's not my ministry. I don't know him. I don't know these people, but perhaps they don't have that chemistry that she's looking for. She wants that like I don't know, Zazazu. Maybe that's what she's looking for, but this is young-minded acting. The thing about marriage, and I have very little experience, thank God, it has to be more than just sexual chemistry. It has to be more than you have things in common. It has to be more than that. You literally have to sacrifice. You are giving up part of your life to yoke yourself with another individual, and I don't think Catie's about it. And Josh is. He's talking about, in the 3rd episode, he's talking about having kids and he's worried about being attached to a party girl, and I'm like, bro, you were just in a conversation, a two-way conversation with 2 of the men in her friend group at his welcoming party. He was in a conversation in the friend group with 2 people that she made out with recently while they've been together. And oh boy, one of them, Mark, said, black women say this all the time, you better than me. That is shade. When a black woman says, you better than me, that means you a fool, you an idiot, get out. So Mark says something to that effect like, oh, you take these things better than I can. Yikes. And Joss is talking to these people thinking, oh my God, do they know something I don't know? Now, if you have to be around your fiance's friends and you think they're hiding a secret, there's no trust. You don't trust. You already assume that there's a bunch of secrets behind your back, that she's not telling you, that no one's telling you. You are in a vulnerable position. You're gonna drive yourself crazy with stress and anxiety, worrying about what your partner is doing behind your back. Leave. I've been in that instance several times where I'm around people thinking, oh, they know more about my husband than I do. And that is a horrible feeling to have. And I never, ever, 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 ever in my life want to have that feeling. That is a horrible feeling to have. You will drive yourself crazy with anxiety. Get out. Get out. Duly note, with last season, before the 90 days, Trish and I forgot the Lispy Mouths, I noticed there were a lot of scenes where they were filming separately and only a handful of scenes where they were filming together. And eventually we found out that they broke up, that they were like no longer together. I kind of feel like Josh will leave Catie because he's a cuck. This is his, like, he's playing at being a cuck, and he doesn't really want to be a cuck. He wants to be the main, but you're never going to be the main, baby. You're always going to be sitting in that chair, right? That chair, watching your wife get banged by a bunch of dudes. That's what's going to happen. I'm so sorry. I hate that for you. I hate that for you, but that's what this is, because Catie's not ready. Catie is unmedicated. She's not taking care of herself. She has addiction issues. Game recognizes game. She needs help, and you can't help her. You can't love her to be better, and you don't trust her. And if you don't trust somebody, just fucking leave them. For PSA, baby, if you don't trust your partner, leave them. Ain't nothing gonna happen that's gonna change that. They could tell you everything. They could give you access to their phone. You can follow them, and you're never gonna trust them. So might as well live your life. There's billions of people. You'll find somebody else. So I wasn't gonna go play by play. Maybe when I start catching up with the episodes, I'll go play by play with what happens in an episode, but we'll see how this goes. So tell me your thoughts on Catie and Josh. Am I right? Is Josh a cuck? Are we living out their cuck fantasies? Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hide, do as you deem fit. Keep your sippy sippies, puppy puffies, whatever you need to cope close, but your instincts closer. And I'll be sure to catch you on the flips. Bye. Are we watching them because